Good evening to you from the City Ground, Nottingham, with Forest taking on Crystal Palace for a place in the last 16 of the Littlewoods Cup. The sides drew 0-0 8 days ago. Tonight they try again for a home tie against Everton. It's a busy night for European football as well. We'll have details and action later on, plus news of tonight's matches in the Barclays League. But first of all, Crawley in the first half caught a fine save from Nigel Spink. Then they took the lead 5 minutes into the second half. Mark Wright's cross, Spink unable to get a grip, and Alan Pardew bumps it in. Now the Villa fight back, led by the irrepressible David Platt. A nod on from Ian Ormondroyd, and Platt makes it 1-1. Then Platt and Paul Birch got it together before Platt's beautiful turn unhinges the Palace defence for a winner in the 89th minute. And it's the cup that matters. Forest defending the trophy they won at Wembley in April. Palace striving for the club's first ever major title. Our commentator, John Helm.
Thanks, Nick. Well, there's a real feeling of déjà vu about this evening. 3 years ago to the week, Palace came here for a Littlewoods Cup replay and were beaten by a single goal. Well, Brian Clough has named an unchanged side, despite being unhappy about certain aspects of Saturday's 2-2 home draw with Queen's Park Rangers. Steve Hodge has recovered from a hamstring injury and takes his place in midfield. And Nigel Clough, who scored that winning goal 3 years ago, retains his place despite a disturbing start to the season. He's scored only 1 goal in 14 games so far. Well, Palace are also unchanged. Phil Barber keeps the number 7 shirt because of Eddie McGoldrick's injury, and they've beaten Forest once already this season. Ian Wright's goal at Selhurst Park in September won the Eagles 3 points, but it was Wright who failed to take the chances last week. But even Brian Clough admitted Forest made a great escape. And the referee, Brian Hill from Kettering, and it's only his 3rd game of the season. He's just recovered from a calf strain. A good long punt upfield, and the first shot of the night, a rather feeble one, mind you, for Crystal Palace. Palace playing in the all-yellow strip. And Richard Shaw, despite wearing the number 3 shirt, is over in the right-back position. The reason for that, obviously, that Crystal Palace want their other full-back, John Pemberton, to mark the dangerous Gary Crosby. Referee Hill awards the first free kick of the night to Nottingham Forest. Good to see Gary Crosby back in the action after missing more than half of last season with injury. Clough fiercely struck ball, and here's one for Steve Hodge inside the penalty area. Hodge in the very first minute of the game scores for Forest. What a start! Steve Hodge, fast fit only this morning, celebrates in the perfect manner. Brilliant start for Forest. Lovely build-up as well, involving Nigel Clough, but the finish exemplary from Hodge. He had to hold off the defender, he had to place the shot, he did both so well. Steve Hodge's 2nd goal only this season. But that's just what Forest needed. They've got great incentive, of course, with the winners knowing they have a home tie to come against Everton. And that really will have dented the Palace confidence. And Palace, who played so well at Selhurst Park without reward in the first meeting last week, are now to come from behind immediately. Hodge, delicate little touch again. Clough shields it well. Not much support at the moment. We'll wait. And now the gangling gainer. Looking for Lee Chapman. It runs through. And rather uneasily played back by Barber. Well, he does get some good distance with his clearances, does Suckling. Now Andy Gray. The ball is aimed for Barber. That's going to no one but Steve Sutton. 10 minutes have gone. Nicely taken on the chest by Bright, and Wright running through the middle, but Des Walker had read that situation perfectly. Chapman just nudging the ball back for Parker. Now Laws. What a lovely ball from Laws. Crosby is trying to get in between. Oh, what a mistake! Disastrous mistake! Nigel Clough says thanks very much. And that really was awful defending from Crystal Palace. Nothing Suckling can do except go and retrieve the ball. Clough, who struck 3 years ago against Palace, has struck again, but he'll never get an easier offering than this one. Crosby was trying to chase onto the long ball from Brian Laws. Pemberton going back with his goalkeeper, ran it into the path of Nigel Clough, right in front of goal. 2-0 to Forest, with only 10 minutes gone. And Nigel Clough, who has not scored a league goal this season, gets his second in this competition. And Palace really have to respond quickly, and Sutton stretching and aiming his left arm at that, just manages to get enough strength on the punch. Well, the first goal was well created by Forest. The second, they virtually had to do nothing apart from put the ball into the empty net. Maybe they'll get back here. And the shot was from Pardew. And Palace have their first corner of the evening, which Andy Gray tends to swing in with his right foot. That was a good shot of Ian Wright, who's in the almost in the net with goalkeeper Sutton. Barber. They've got to try and find some space in that penalty area. The good shot on the turn. Well, I think he hurt himself in the process. Was by Jeff Thomas. Good positioning by Sutton. Well, Palace are going to have to show some character to come back from this, and Hodge has got goal side of the defenders again, squares it. And it was fortunate that Thomas was there to turn it back to his goalkeeper. Again, the Palace defence at full stretch. Jeff Thomas played in midfield in the previous round against Leicester and featured among the goal scorers, but he's very much a defender this evening. And Forest in this mood are hard to defend against, and Chapman's making a run down the middle. Just does enough to work that ball away for Gary Parker. He spreads it to Gaynor, and Pearce, predictably, is charging down the left-back position. Oh, a lovely little touch back. Not a bad effort either. Good try from Gaynor. Well, the Irishman's struck only once all season. He wasn't far off the mark then. Lovely ball played back inside to him. There was the shot. The keeper had to dive across there. Shaw looping his ball over the top of Pearce. This time a brave header from Hopkins, who got in there first. Crosby. And Crosby will run down that right wing again. And he's got the Palace defence at full stretch once more, Crosby. Was he brought down? Referee Hill says not, but he's still getting across. Chapman tried to scramble it over the line. It's away eventually by Andy Gray. Crosby was the tormentor there, but now Palace streaking forward with Bright. Forest getting men back though, and Palace really weren't quick enough to take advantage then. They might have been. Now offside against Wright. Walker lopes forward. Well, he's gone a long way, and Des Walker gets into a position. Here's Walker inside the area. Brave goalkeeping. Could still come for Chapman. Can he thump it in? Still here. Gaynor. Walker. And it just will not go in this time. Palace surviving by the skin of their teeth. Roared on by Forest crowd. Pearce thumps one in. What a goal! Super strike from England's left back. The goal just had to come. 18 minutes gone. The fans salute. And Forest are turning it into a memorable night. They're 3 up. Well, just about everybody was involved. But Pearce didn't need any assistance with that one. Beautifully struck. And Suckling in the Palace goal must wonder what's going to hit him next. That was a beautiful goal struck by Stuart Pearce, his 3rd of the season, and that surely must have taken the game out of Palace's reach as early as the 18th minute. The Littlewoods Cup holders have really got the taste for this competition, as I'm sure Everton, who wait in the next round, will appreciate. We mustn't count Palace out yet, but Perry Suckling has had no chance really. Oh, leaves it well for Pearce. Well, he's got a taste for goals at the moment. He senses it might just be his night. Palace have got some quick players. Here's one of them, Dyer. And there's another, Andy Gray. Shaw. Oh, it's a weak pass inside from Shaw. And the danger is, as Chapman sets off on a sprint downfield, that they could just get caught again on the quick break. Chapman only found Pardew, though. The long ball is aimed towards Wright. Oh, well played by Gray. He really did well there, and then thumped it across and off the top of the crossbar. Just flicked off the top of that crossbar there. To be fair, I think his colleagues would have preferred a centre. There were 3 of them waiting. Andy Gray here had 3 men to pick out. Instead, he decided to slice the ball across there. Maybe he thought he could get it round the back of Sutton. Gaynor, confronted by Shaw, managed to find Clough, but Clough can't hold on, although referee Hill actually gives a free kick against Nigel Cliff, who says, "What, me?" He was rather bemused by the decision. Well, everybody virtually is bunched around the edge of the Forest penalty area. Only 3 men not there. The ball forward from Pardew. It's bobbling around a little until Sutton comes to claim it. Now Barber. And Palace have plenty of men up in front of him. He had to break the ball back to Pemberton. Pearce had read it well, and the combative Pearce wins it twice and continues on his way down the middle. So does Gary Parker. Pearce still going until he's tripped from behind by Pardew, who acknowledges the whistle. I don't think he thought there was much else he could do in that situation. The legs must be a little bit heavy already when you're 3 down. Free kick's already been taken. Hodge, we got the first goal. He's looking. Clough, just outside the area, tries to thread it through. This time, Palace come away with it. Still lived a little dangerously, though. I suppose the danger of scoring a goal every 6 minutes, as Forest did in the opening 18 minutes, the fans expect it every time. Here's Laws, rampaging down the right. Good cross, could have them in trouble. Good catch from Suckling. Now the lanky figure of Alex Dyer. Not a bad ball to Pardew. He tries to knock it past Wilson. He saw what was coming. Acrobatics from Gray, not from Wright. And again, Crosby's on that dash with Pemberton. The fullback this time had got ahead of him. And Thomas gave it away. Solid work from Walker as on the platform once again, but this time Forest lose it, and Chapman did. Pardew will have to play it out wide right. He's done just that. Now Dyer tries to pick out Ian Wright with his cross, and Wright's header looping onto the top of that Forest bar, and he really was left in acres of space. And that serves as a warning to Forest, it's not over yet. Lovely ball from Dyer, and Ian Wright meeting it in the perfect position, and he got up above Laws, and the ball bounced on the top of that bar. Well, that's a free kick. Wright was bowled over by Walker in the view of referee Helm. 10 minutes from the interval, Palace have a free kick. How dearly they would like to make something of it. I suppose 3-1 would sound so much better than 3-0 to them. Gray's kick. Out, not very far. Wright thumps it back in. It's not gone away yet. And the whistle sounds. Clean strike by Wright. Wilson for Forest. Lost it in an important position of the field, and that's given Palace a platform to build as Gray feeds Dyer. Dyer twisting, turning, coming in field, and although Palace was still in possession, referee Hill, so that's worth a free kick. And it would certainly lift the Palace confidence if they could get on the score sheet. Needless to say, that didn't work out. Somebody in the Forest wall had a sore backside as a result of that, though. Gray. Plenty of men in the middle, and that's a useful cross too, and a free header once more. This time it's Mark Bright who can't put it on the target. Even so, both he and Ian Wright now have had clear headers at goal. Floated in, high, long, Sutton decided to leave it, everybody else decided to leave it, and Bright put it into the side net. Palace backpedaling again here as it's fed out to Gaynor. Now Gary Parker. And Pearce making another run, and Pearce really cantering into a good position. Palace are in trouble again here. Pearce across, so it's gone in! And I think it's gone in on Hopkins. Surely now they are dead. Pearce delivered the cross once more. They were torn to ribbons down that left touchline. Threaded through there by Parker. Pearce, who really has tormented them down that side. And even then it needed a helping foot from Jeff Hopkins. So it was Gary Parker who began it all. A simple ball inside the fullback. Stuart Pearce cantering down that touchline. He'd scored one already, and he really takes the credit for this, although as it comes across the outstretched boot of Jeff Hopkins enough to divert it past his own keeper. 4-0.
To hear that whistle from referee Helm. Forest got off to a dream start. Steve Hodge got their first in the opening 2 minutes. They were gifted a second for Nigel Clough, and when Stuart Pearce with a really sweet strike made it 3 after only 18 minutes, well, Palace were as good as dead then, and Pearce in the very last minute of the first half conjuring up a 4 via the outstretched foot of a Palace defender. It's Nottingham Forest 4, Crystal Palace 0 at half-time here at the City Ground. Welcome back to the City Ground. Well, Jeff Hopkins there, it's been confirmed that he it was who deflected the ball into his own net for Forest's 4th goal on the stroke of half-time. And Steve Coppell has resisted the temptation to make any substitutions during the break, obviously in the belief that these fellas can still do a job for him. But if Palace score 5, it'll be the comeback of the season. Forest also have decided to stick with the 11 who began the game. Referee Hill has been well in control of this game. He was the man, by the way, who had charge of the FA Cup tie between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest last season, in which there was a controversial non-goal for Man United. And I remember that goal line clearance by Hodge from Brian McClare. So a free kick apiece already. And if Crystal Palace are to make any impact on this match, they need to put the ball into the back of Steve Sutton's net pretty early in this half. They have the encouragement of this free kick. Free kick for pushing. So it's against the offending side. Palace, of course, without the likes of David Burke, Eddie McGoldrick, Gary O'Reilly, all injured. And this is where their resources might just be stretched. They certainly were in the first half here. Now Dyer again, who's got support on his outside from Shaw. Prefers the centre with the left foot, though. Was there a push there? Referee says no. The Palace fans thought that there was.
Referee Hill was pretty close to the action, and now Forrest. Another surging run. Clough holds it up nicely, refines Crosby. Oh, and the ball back just too far ahead of Lee Chapman to make a connection. Not a nervous moment for Suckling, though. And that was Alex Dyer's cross. And the appeal was for a push there by Brian Laws. The referee said nothing doing. Pearce, scorer of one, creator of another. Palace might just be stretched again here. That's a bit too long for Chapman. Not the sort of ball he likes. Wilson pumping it up in the air, and Chapman's trying to get round the back of Hopkins. Referee saw no infringement, so Forrester here again with Gaynor's cross over the top of that bar from Hodge. And he might feel as though he should have put it under the bar from there. The first real chance of the second half, Gaynor's cross, and Hodge rose perfectly to meet it in an excellent position, but he just couldn't keep it down enough. Oh, well spotted by Laws, and he'll gallop down there to receive the ball back. And there's Clough in the middle. It's cut back behind Chapman, and it still nearly went in. Well, that really would have proved that it had been Forrest night if that had gone in. It was an inadvertent shot from Lee Chapman. Good work from Laws. He made the interception. He also made the run and the cross. The ball coming back from Hopkins' heel, and Chapman was so close. Dyer. Again, Clough showing exemplary control, taking it on the chest, and as he found Crosby out there, not quite. The idea was good. Such good control, even if he hasn't been finding the goals so easy to find this year. Oh, Pearce, that wasn't a well-advised ball at all, and here's Ian Wright. Now then, is there something now for Palace? And Pearce makes up for his own mistake. Looks as though he might have injured his own man Hodge in the process. I think a smile says, I'm okay, thank you. Let's get on with the game. The referee sensibly, I think, thought that perhaps Steve Hodge wasn't the right person to give a decision. Anyway, now he says let's go on. Corner, a little bit flat, but to know to the near post and really under pressure, it doesn't matter the ball's in the net because the whistle has sounded. So still no joy for the Palace. Not often you see a goal given in those circumstances. And with the ball swirling in, it was certainly a dangerous one for goalkeeper Sutton to get his hands on. In it went, and the referee said he was interfered with. Now, there's a chance here for Mark Bright, and he spurned it. And that really does make you feel it's not going to be Palace's night, as if 4 goals against isn't bad enough. That was the best chance that they've worked out in the second half, and Mark Bright putting that one high into the crowd. And now Steve Hodge is coming off. He doesn't seem to want to do. and I think, yes, it's because of the blood on the left eye, and the referee is saying that it's not right to continue like that. And I think he's absolutely right, as referee Hill. Even though Steve Hodge probably wanted to continue, he needs to have that blood wiped away. Could just trickle into the eye. Well, that's good refereeing. Dyer's an elusive customer. Finds Gray now. This is a better build-up. Shaw. Steve Hodge, such a competitor. He didn't want to leave the fray, especially with his team 4 up. And he'll soon be back in his, I think. Let's go back to the game and Dyer. And he can have another go. Shaw. Good looping cross, but Sutton sensibly letting it go out of play. And Hodge is back. Bright as a new pin. Now I can see what's going on. It's nice to see him sharing a joke with referee Hill as well. Well, I say this is the first time I've been sent off this season. Oh, and down the middle goes Gaynor. Shaw hustling him. Shaw just doing enough, but not to the referee's liking. It's a free kick against Richard Shaw. Now, can Forest make it 5? Well, Pearce certainly wants to have a crack. He's got one. I don't think he'd have the cheek to claim the second. But Hopkins inadvertently put him with his right foot. But if he can get a clean strike at this one, well, it could be 5 for the Forest. Looks as though Clough might backheel it to him. Well, Parker's there as well. Pearce looking for some space. Here it was a back heel, and Pearce's strike! Splendid save, but it's in the net now, and that's 5. Hodge has his second within a minute of coming back on, so it was worth having that blood wiped away, wasn't it? But again, Stuart Pearce takes enormous credit, the number 3 there. Tremendously struck shot. Suckling did well to keep it out. But look at the back heel from Clough. Cracking drive from Pearce. The follow-up from Handy Hodge. Handy because he was in the right place at the right time. Well, Forest can afford to make changes in personnel out there, and Brian Clough has decided it's time to give Steve Chettle 14 and Brian Rice number 12 a run. Two highly popular and respected members of the squad. So on they come. Crosby and Wilson off. Dyer. And Ross to go on. And here's Clough. He's going to be surrounded by Palace defenders. Might try a shot. Well, it'll do his confidence no harm. The fact he's got a couple of shots in on the night. Crystal Palace are going to have to take John Pemberton off. He was limping earlier, so Rudy Hedman will get a run. Well, he's been hobbling for some time as Pemberton. And, that would be the only reason for Steve Coppell to introduce Rudy Hedman at this stage. On for injury. But in truth, it's been all over from the first minute when Steve Hodge scored, and the Littlewoods Cup holders noticed that they are going to give up that trophy lightly. Steve Hodge got 2 of the goals. Stuart Pearce scored 1 and certainly made 2 of the others. A really emphatic victory by Nottingham Forest, who now go on into the last 16 and will meet Everton here at the City Ground in 3 weeks' time. Nottingham Forest 5, Crystal Palace 0.
and you could hardly have had a more convincing scoreline than that.
Yeah, we got a flying start, and from then on it was quite easy, really. Not being big-headed, but it makes it a lot easier.
Well, you talk about that flying start. You were the one who scored that opening goal within the first couple of minutes. Let's just have a look at those and see how you remember them.
I just gambled, really. Nige got the ball, first-time ball from Tommy Gaynor, and I thought the keeper might come, actually, but he stayed on his line and gave me a chance, and he went in the bottom corner. Very nice.
That is a sort of start that you really can't beat. And then the second half, terrific free kick.
The gamble on my half again, really. Piercy obviously with a power blaster, and the rebound fell for me nicely and I tucked it away.
Next step, it's Everton at home, 3 weeks tonight. That's not going to be an easy one, is it?
You can say that again, yeah. We played them last year in the Semi Cup final in a brilliant game and won that one 4-3. But they're a changed team this year, really. They're top of the league and flying. So, I mean, it's two teams in form, really, so we're looking forward to it.
And do you think you can go all the way again?
We'll have a damn good go. I mean, it's always tough winning a competition as we did last year. There's a lot of good teams involved and a little bit of luck has to go your way at some stage. But we're confident and we'll take a chance.
Steve, thanks very much. Good luck.
Thanks.
Right, let's catch up with the rest of the...
Well, he does get some good